The coach take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the New York Jets.
Let's go, baby.
Side. 53. Red 80. 53. Mark.
Be a long day for you.
Undercrush. Undercrush. Undercrush.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Darnold. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Darnold from the gun. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hubbard. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down. So in Saints territory at the 47. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. All day, baby, all day. Show. And 80.
On 1st down, Darnold. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers, and on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Darnold completes to Bell. And a powerful stiff arm. It frees him. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Now the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0.
Next to score, Jets 7, Saints nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Come on, set. 18, Gator. 53, hey, we got to get the stop here, King.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah,
and Darnold, he lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Here's Darnold. This is Bell on the dump off. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Young lady, you gonna get this boy? You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this?
Darnold now to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Sheldon Rankins able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he brings this one back. It's a pick-6 and a Jet touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick-6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. Then he'll take 5, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive. Unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, good for the Saints, first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
First down.
On the set. 53, Mike. You ain't doing nothing today. Get the gun.
Now Saquon Barkley trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Now Wilson. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 31-yard line.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
I got you, boy.
Play action. Now Wilson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A first carry here for Ty Montgomery. Oh, spinning away. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Darnold on first down. He's looking deep for Bell. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got one touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
To throw once more on second and 10. Darnold. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Darnold now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Here's Darnold. He gets this one to Boyd. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
47. Check, 47. I got one.
On first down, it's Darnold. He completes it to Boyd. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jets will extend their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores, a 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson. Open target here, Darius Slayton. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Darius Slayton 77 yards as they are now on the board here in the first half. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Darnold. And Darnold, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. Ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is taken at the 10. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready. 30 base. Come on. Ready.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Got a man, Slayton. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Darnold and the Jets come up 3rd and long following the sack.
Kill. Check it backer. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's the Jets punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be taken at the 10. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll run with Barkley. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the pass. Hey, watch it. General West.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And he's got some space here. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here. 1st and 10. Now Darnold. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A good pickup there at 22.
Gain of 22 yards. And the Jets, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Darnold now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Darnold. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 37. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Bell. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Darnold. That is caught at the 7. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. To throw is Darnold. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kendall Beckwith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Throw complete to Herndon. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Six plays got him down here. This is play number 7, 3rd and goal. Now it's Darnold. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Bucky Hodges, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
It's 2nd and inches at the 35-yard line.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. Oh, fighting off the defender. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football. He's taken down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now Wilson to throw on 3rd down. Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 20. Call that a 46-yard punt, though they did get 9 back on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. An NFL update. They're in the second quarter in Baltimore. And it's the Browns out to the early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. 2nd and 10. Got a man on the right sideline. It's Hubbard. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Darnold now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check. Get your weapon. Crouch. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, now.
They'll try to run forward Barkley. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
2 yards on the play. And the Saints first down.
On the ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end, you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. So in jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. The toss out to Barkley. Now Barkley stripped of the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Set, ready? 18 Gator. Who that? Get it.
On 2nd and 9. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
Check, 47. Hey, here I come.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ball game, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Throwing on 2nd down. Darnold. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Here's Darnold. Over the middle, complete. That's Hubbard. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
We go, son. 47, check back 47. Ready?
The shotgun snap for Darnold. And he whips that one incomplete there. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Now he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Watch the screen. Pass.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Out to his left. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. Sam Darnold keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Jets will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now it's Wilson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 47. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Ready?
Now it's Wilson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big third down pickup of 20 yards.
First down.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
6-6, pull it high. Get it.
A handoff to Barkley. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
So we got man.
Here's Wilson to throw. He's got Smith here. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Mike 53.
Blue draw Corkers.
Watch twist.
Go.
Now Wilson. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Darius Slayton, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. Lutz with the extra point, and that will get them one closer.
42, Saints 21.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Elsewhere, a third quarter score. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. A gain of 3, second down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
53, Mike. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
On 2nd and 7, Darnold. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
3rd and 2, Darnold. Caught here by Bell. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Darnold now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry by Bell. First down gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now Montgomery looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
It's 3rd down and 4.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now on 4th down, honors the punt team sending this one away. Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got to the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Switch.
Now Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
They'll go again with Bell. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Now Darnold. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. On 2nd and 7, Wilson. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. The Saints on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Brings up 4th down.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson, and that's caught by Smith. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally marked down at the 23. It's a big play there for the Saints. 41 yards.
First down, Saints.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Wilson. Catch made by Slayton. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Wilson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that one cuts this to a 17-point spread. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let's go. Let's go. Go, son. 4-7's the mic. Here we go. We got double time. Double time. Everyone's got
on the counter, here's Bell. Jamal Sheard on the stop.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
But he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Today's final score, Jets.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jets, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, their woes continue as the record falls now to 1-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.